Just what kind of week would it be without your daily fix of the Jess Man from Exaggeration Nation? How's everybody doing? I am your hookup for the lowest quality webcam videos that you've ever seen. But I'm still going to make it entertaining because I'm just full of pizzazz. You know what I did today? I made this. You know what this is? This is my list of the reason that 90s music was the best decade for music ever. Okay? And I didn't even hit on everything. And I've got 3 freaking little pages of this stuff, man. So here's what I'm going to do. As you've probably already seen from one of my other videos, is that I was born in 1984, which means I grew up and can distinctly remember the 90s. Big time, okay? And I'm going to give you you've seen one of my other videos about 90s nostalgia. I was huge into the sodas back then, like Crystal Pepsi and whatnot. The Surge back when I know it's still back out there, but back when it first came on the market, and it was like as jazzed up as like 12 cups of coffee. They also had that Jolt stuff out there, but that stuff tasted like garbage. It was flat. Nickelodeon back in the day, the Beanie Babies, I didn't really pay attention to those, but I knew what they were for sure. The slap bracelets, everything, man. But today is all about music, okay? I'm going to tell you guys, and I'm going to show you guys why 90s music was the defining decade in the way music has become today, especially, okay? So, check this out. We're going to go with the bands to start off with, okay? 90s bands right off the bat. Let's start with the pop princesses, okay? There's mainly 4, all right? And these are in no particular order. But the first one everybody knows, Britney Spears. She hit it right from the top, Hit Me Baby One More Time, and every guy had a crush on her, except for me. I didn't think she was all that. Mandy Moore was up there, okay? She had Candy for a little bit, and she did a couple covers. Christina Aguilera, dude, she had some pipes, man. I feel like she kind of went back and forth with Britney Spears for a little bit, and she dated that D-bag Fred Durst for a while. I do remember that because I watched TRL back in the day. And finally, Jessica Simpson. Okay, I don't even remember a song that she had, but I do remember that she had some of them. And apparently they were awesome because she made this list. Okay, now, it was the decade for grunge. And there's no talking about grunge until you hit it very first, Nirvana. Smells Like Teen Spirit. That was the song that defined what grunge music is. First and foremost, you have to acknowledge that, okay? Now, excuse me. Now, the thing is, though, they were in stiff competition. Pearl Jam was following right on their heels. Are you a Pearl Jam fan or are you a Nirvana fan? I myself, okay, I'm not going to lie, I'm a Pearl Jam guy. They just had better songs. Eddie Vedder had amazing vocals with, just the way he projects, except Yellow Ledbetter. I hate that song. I don't even know what he's saying. I don't know. But as far as best song ever, definitely goes to Nirvana. Okay? That's just me. But you've got the other grunge rockers. You've got Soundgarden. You've got Alice in Chains. And you could even call these guys grunge rockers the Smashing Pumpkins. Bullet with Butterfly Wings in 1979. That was the way to go for me, okay? You had the pop queens back in the day, okay? I just went with 3 of them this time. Starting off, Madonna. She was still hanging on from the 80s, but she carried over to the 90s very well. Transitioned into a new decade, new genre of music, and she still held that edge. Now, I don't like her very much today, but that's just me. I liked her back in the 90s. Jennifer Lopez. Can't go wrong with Jennifer Lopez. If You Had My Love, that was, I think, kind of a big one in the beginning. I'm trying, man, now I'm thinking about it, I can't, whatever, shut up. I'll shut up about that. Mariah Carey. I think, man, she just has a smooth, graceful, awesome sound, okay? You've got the R&B girl groups, or you can even call them sort of hip-hop groups, okay? Where the Queen Bee got her start, Destiny's Child, Hoa! Destiny's Child, slamming back in the day. But then you had the early 90s. I think even more stuff happened in the early 90s. It was just kind of the segue or the foundation for something like Destiny's Child to come along. TLC, boom, there you go. Left Eye Lopez, miss you, girl. But I'm telling you what, they hit you with Waterfalls. That was a great song. Salt and Pepper, push it real good. That was a great song, Salt and Pepper. Now, let's get to the bands, okay? Just the all-around feel-good bands, okay? We're starting off with U2, okay? U2, Bono, great vocals, but then you also have their guitarist, The Edge, who is one of my favorite all-time electric guitarists. He wasn't like a shredder, but he knows how to use his vocals. He knows how to use his pedals. Like, no. He sounds like 20 different guitars playing all at the same time. From a fellow guitarist and knowing what it takes to play that style of music, man, he's just amazing. Hootie and the Blowfish. He is now a country guy. That's just one of those songs you drive down the road. Doesn't matter what mood you're in. You hear Only Want to Be With You, you're going to smile a little bit. You're going to look out your windows and be like, it's a freaking good day. Third Eye Blind. Semi-Charmed Life. That's where it all got started. But then their Blue album dropped. Blue. Let's see. Dave Matthews Band. Okay? Now, a lot of hippy-dippy music, okay? But I hold a special place in my heart for Dave Matthews Band because I learned how to play guitar based off of watching him and learning from him. There was a point where I could play almost every song from his very first album up until Bus's stuff. But he really went out with Satellite, What Would You Say, Crash Into Me, Trippin' Billies. Those were just some of his great songs. But he had other fantastic hits off of those albums, man. Matchbox 20, all right? Boom, you gotta love Matchbox 20. Oasis, getting into Brit rock there, man. I'm telling you what, Oasis, Wonderwall, some people hate it because it's so overplayed, but if you were in high school and you knew how to play that song like me, it doesn't matter what party you played at, you were getting made out with that night. Except for me. I didn't get made out with, but I could still play it. I'm just saying, I saw everybody else get made out with when they played it. And the Verve. The Verve was up there, even though they weren't big over here. They only really had one song, which we'll cover a little bit later too. But they also had a couple songs over in Britain that made it good. But Bittersweet Symphony over here was the junk. Let's get on to the rock and metal bands. Oh, this is more. Some of these are more later stuff, but I dug these because this was high school for me. First off, my favorite '90s rock band ever was Korn. I love Korn, man. Just a really cool sound. Jonathan had such amazing vocals. Okay, you had Monkey and Head playing bass and electric guitars. Just, oh my word, they could thump. Foo Fighters, still one of the best bands ever. And my man came over from being the drummer of Nirvana after they lost their lead singer, and then went straight over to Foo Fighters, and now they're probably still by far, I think, one of the best rock bands out there. Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of, Green Day, Nine Inch Nails, System of a Down, The Offspring. All these groups get you jazzed up, okay? And plus, by the way, this is where it leads into quite a big shift right here. You can't cover the 90s without getting into the boy bands. Okay? You just can't, okay? There was no escaping them. No escaping the boy bands back in the day, but they still... what's going on in my throat? Man, there's no escaping the boy bands. But they still had a huge influence, especially on what's going on today, okay? The two big ones, Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. Now, personally, I think Backstreet Boys had a musical edge over NSYNC. But NSYNC had a dancing edge over the Backstreet Boys. Some people could have contention with that, and especially one of the coolest guys I think now rocking is Justin Timberlake. Started off over in NSYNC, after he left the Mickey Mouse Club or whatever. That was back when he was dating Britney Spears. Remember that? But Justin Timberlake was in there. Mad respect for those. So NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. Going on early, Boys to Men. Woo, ladies, cool off. New Kids on the Block. Early 90s, but still a thing, all right? You could call these guys a boy band. There were only two of them. Savage Garden. Woo, Truly, Madly, Deeply. Boy, everybody was singing that song to their girlfriends back in the day. And you can't get around without this boy band, Hanson. Ugh. They were hot until I realized they were girls. I don't know if that's okay for me to admit, but I'm just saying they look very much like girls. They kind of sang like girls. Then I discovered they were all guys and all brothers, which made it even more weird. But just saying, they were a thing, and all the girls had a crush on them and me, apparently. But I stopped that pretty quickly. Now, this is my favorite part about the 90s. Save the best for last, the one-hit wonders. This was a decade of one-hit wonders. And I'm going to start off with the biggest one-hit wonder that everybody loves to hate and hates to love, but it is a symbiotic relationship, Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba. I get knocked down, but I get up again, pissing the night away. Nobody knows what the song's about, except the verse is about drinking all kinds of stuff and being happy, and then falling down and then getting back up, and then falling down and getting back up in the chorus. And then apparently you're pissing, well, like that lady says. Whatever. Anyways, Save Tonight, Eagle Eye Cherry. I love that song. I love playing it on guitar when I play out in bars or whatever. That's one of my favorite songs to play. Natalie Imbruglia. She only had this one song, really. I don't remember any other songs from her. Torn. That was a great song, too. Breakfast at Tiffany's by Deep Blue Something. Another great song to play out there. I'll Be There For You by the Rembrandts. Everybody remembers this song from the show Friends. This is a great song, another one of those kind of feel-good songs, but everybody kind of got into it because Friends was the jam back in the day, okay? Mambo Number 5 by Lou Bega. How did it become famous? I don't know, but it was one of those feel-good songs. Little bit of Monica in my life. What a pimp. All right? Sex and Candy by Marcy's Playground. I don't know why I like that song, but I did. It's just kind of, it makes you feel bad singing that song. Like, just like a bad guy, just rolling around like you're up to something. I don't know. Jump Around by House of Pain. Now, a lot of people don't know, is that this guy actually sang another one-hit wonder song in the 90s. And you really might know what it's like. What was it, Everlast or something like that? I think that's who it was. But same guy wrote both songs, okay? Ben Folds 5 sang Brig. She's a brick and I'm drowning slowly off the coast and I'm headed nowhere. That was a good chilling song, man. Very, very melancholy song, all right? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. By Hadaway, the Night at the Roxbury theme. Got back on Saturday Night Live. Closing Time by Semisonic. And then finally, Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve. There are plenty of other things that I have not listed that could easily make this list into and add to what makes the 90s the best decade for music ever. Hit me up in the comments. I want to hear what you guys think. And I'll do another video off of that if I need to, okay? There's always a part 2. There's going to be 90s Nostalgia part 2 from my other video. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you know whenever I post things. And follow me on the Twitters. You'll find me there. Anyways, peace out.